Hello, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome back to my channel. And this is going to be a very different video, something which I have not done before on the channel. So, today I'm going to give you a bit of my experience and my advice on how to buy cars, especially if you're coming to Australia and you're looking for your first car. So, this is the video for you. Um, as a student or as somebody who's just coming to Australia, you might be facing many challenges why you need a car. If you're living in a remote area and everything is far off, public transport, especially in New South Wales, is not that great. So just to commute from one place to the another, you have to wait a lot for public transport, and it's not consistent as well. So that is might be one reason. You might just want to travel a bit and look at different places and you might be a traveler and you want to explore Australia on a car, so that might be one of the reasons. Or if you're a student and you are struggling to find a job and you want to get into Uber Eats or Uber deliveries or as an Uber driver, that might be another reason. So there can be n number of reasons. So the reasons being kept aside, uh, the things that I'm going to tell you in this video are purely my opinion and things that I've learned from my research by exploring the Australian car market, by helping my friends buying cars, and looking at cars myself in person and online. So this is all my research, and this is free advice. This is free key advice. So if you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to, then that is also fine. So let's start with the budget. So what can be your budget, or what is a decent budget to buy a first car in Australia? So I understand that everybody has their own spending limits, but in my opinion, a decent budget is for a first car can range from anything from $3,000 to $10,000. So I'm going to cover in this video cars under $10,000, and I'm also going to tell you the additional costs that you would incur. Apart from the car cost, you will also have to pay different fees to get the car transferred, to get the car registered, the insurance, the comprehensive insurance. So all these are costs above your cost of the car. So all these fees I am going to talk about in detail, and I'm going to talk in regards to the New South Wales laws. So for example, the transfer fee that the government has in New South Wales is 3% of your total car cost. So for example, if you're buying a car for $10,000, you're paying $300 as a transfer fee. Next is the registration fee. So the registration fee depends on the weight of your vehicle. There are different weight brackets on which the government is taking a particular amount as a registration fee. This registration you can do based on 6 months or 12 months. And for doing the registration, you also need to do a pink slip every year, which checks the health of the car. So you have to go to a registered mechanic and get a pink slip for your car. Then you also have to get the green slip. Green slip is the third party insurance that you have to get, that is mandatory for getting your car insured. So all these things, I'm going to add clips of the government website and links which you can check these costs in detail. uh, and then obviously the last cost is the service cost, which different cars have different service costs as well. Okay, now talking about the car market and what to expect. So first thing that was a shocker to me when I started exploring cars to buy was that all the cars have done more than 1 lakh kilometers or 100,000 kilometers in that price range, almost all of them. And that was a shocker to me because back in India, uh, you rarely see cars who have done more than 100,000 kilometers. And here it is super common, but nothing to worry about. That is because the roads here are really good, and the cars are generally maintained well, and oil service and the general service happens every 10,000 kilometers. So the the cars last a bit longer here, and also the build quality of cars in Australia is way better. So first thing to expect is that all cars you will see under this budget would have done minimum 100,000 kilometers. You'll be lucky to find good cars which have done under 100,000 kilometers. Okay, so what to look for while you're looking for cars? we'll get into the detail, and I'll go through marketplace and show you some good examples and bad examples of cars which are available. But before that, the basic things that you should look for when you're going through any of the listings is that that car should have a service history, uh, or they are called as logbooks here. So service history is important because, as I'm saying, that cars do a lot of kilometers here. So if it is maintained well, then you have a peace of mind that okay, this car will run, or has been, all the regular things which go wrong have been done on this car. Then the second thing is kilometers. As I told you that cars can do high kilometers, but some people also roll back the odometer. So you can check, you can put the registration number and get a report of that car if you're really interested. It's a must to do that when you really want to buy a car, or if you really like a car, you go on the government website and download a report history of that car. So it shows you if there has been a kilometer rollback. It shows you if the car has been in any accident, and if how many owners of the car has been. I think it's a $45 report, but it is 100% worth it. Okay, then we have the last thing, that is how long the car is registered for. So as I told you that you have to pay for a registration fee. So when somebody sells their cars, the registration that they have paid for, so for example, if they have bought the registration for 1 year and then they are selling the car somewhere after 4 months, so 8 months of registration would be remaining on that car. So that is a big win, because you don't have to pay for the registration fee for the next 8 months. And so some of the questions that you might want to ask is that, do you have, how long is the rego remaining, how is the service history, do you have a logbook, and if the registration, if it is mentioned that the registration is getting expired, so you can also check if you have a pink slip. So that would be that they have already got the pink slip, and you don't have to spend those $40 to get the pink slip, even if you have to get it registered. So these are some basic questions that we can ask any seller while we are buying cars. So, as promised, I'll be showing you uh, what brands to look at, and I'll be going through car sales, um, which is a bit sophisticated website to look at cars, as you have to pay. The seller has to pay a fee to register to list their car on car sales. So you get a bit better range of cars there. So first thing that I want to show you guys is which brands we should buy and which brands we should not. So the main brands to consider, obviously Toyota. Toyota is done forever if taken care of. It's the trend all over the world, and that's how it is. Then Hyundai is a good one as well. Mitsubishi is one. Mazda is another one. Honda, Nissan, and Kia. These are the safe brands. These are brands which you can hardly go wrong with. Obviously, all of these brands have some cars which are not good as well. So we cannot generalize it, but most of the cars are reliable. And then brands not to consider at all. So the first one, if you don't know, it is Holden, which is basically rebranded Chevrolet in Australia. So that is a no-no. Then the second big no-no is obviously the Volkswagen Group. This includes almost everything from the Volkswagen Group, which are all the Volkswagen cars, and Skoda. Then we have Audi as well. Then we have Fiat. So Fiat cars are not well built, they do not last long. And then we have Ford. Ford is a controversial one, but trust me, it is not good. Like there are transmission issues in these cars, and they run some of them are good, some of them are decent, but most of them do not last very long. So if can be avoided, then it should be avoided there. So in here, I've gone to car sales, I've logged on. It's not necessary to log on as well, but it's good to make a profile. So the first filter that I've put in is the year filter. So I put in year from 2010. Multiple reasons for this, because the older you get, the older car it is. 2010 is anyways 14 years before. So I think 2010 is a good mark to look at. Then I have put in price range, it's 11,000. I know I've been telling you guys cars under 10,000, but Obviously, there's scope for negotiation always, so why not? I can even make it 12. Let's actually make it 12. So the price filter is 12,000. Then odometer. So currently in this filter, I put in till 150,000 kilometers, just to look at what options we are getting. Wait, okay. So another filter that I put in is the transmission filter, which, as you guys can see, we have automatic, manual, and AMT. So the trend here is the that manual cars are cheaper than automatic cars, but obviously automatic cars are a bit easier to drive, and with the highways, the kind of highways we have here, it is always better to have a automatic car. But I'm not putting this filter as of now, just to show you the options. So as of uh, now, I haven't put in any brand filter. So the reason why I'm telling I did not do this is because I wanted to show you guys that why these brands are to be avoided. So the most cars that you would see under the cheapest range would be Holden's, because Holden has exited Australia, and Holden cars are in general not good. Then we have Ford EcoSport. Uh, so let's open this up. This is a weird one because it has done less kilometers, and it's still listed for about 1100. So maybe somebody's getting a deal, or somebody uh has messed up with this car. So let's read the description. Yeah, car does not start due to a leak, needs a new motor. That's why it is so cheap. So there's always a reason when you see something too good to be true. Then we have a Kia Carnival, which is a weird one too, because Carnival is a seven-seater car. So why is this guy selling it for so cheap? The great condition outside where the car has sluggish in engine and is misfiring and not wanting to repair. So yeah, that is what he doesn't want to repair, and that's why he wants to sell. So there's always a catch, guys. There's always a catch with cheap cars. Then again, a Holden for $2,000. Why is that, my friend? Let's look. So features include the combined central console. So the main problem with Holdens is a transmission issue again, because it is said that Holdens have glass transmissions. So has been serviced by manufacturer. All records in logbook. The car has a few dings and scraps. Interior showing little wear and never had a serious. Air condition needs regassing. Oil cooler seals need replacing. So there's an oil leak and the AC doesn't work. That's why it's so cheap. So I'll not waste your time, and I'll go to the good cars. And to go to the good cars, the main thing that I have to do is put in the brand filters. So let's just look at Toyotas, because I know a lot of you guys would be interested in Toyotas in these range. So let's just first look at Toyotas. Why not? Yes. So see, as soon as I did Toyota, the budget goes up. The price range goes up, and that is because Toyotas are expensive. People sell them at a premium because Toyotas run forever. So this is a Yaris, that is their starting range car in Australian market, and the pictures look good. The car is not that bad, to be honest. I've driven it. It's manageable. It has safety. It has a small engine, but it's peppy. This one is a manual, so I think it's a bit of over price for this car. And I've also put in a filter from low to high, price low to high. So as we go up, we'll see more. So a lot of Yaris's. There's a Yaris which comes with a boot as well, which is the Yaris YRS. So this is again a manual. So Corolla, a lot of you guys would be interested in Corollas, and this is one. This is a 2010 one, and it's actually not in a very bad condition. It's decent. It's done 142,000, but it's a manual. Okay. So I want to, because I want to show you cars that you will actually buy, or you can actually buy. So let's go to automatic, because driving a manual car here is not that convenient. So why not? Let's just put in this filter. The Orion is basically a Camry, and this one he's selling it for 10. He's put it for 10,000 almost. and it has a V6, if I'm not wrong, a six-cylinder 3.5-liter petrol. So these cars are good, reliable, but the only thing with these is that it's a V6 and it chugs petrol. It's not very fuel efficient. And then we have again Corollas, a lot of Corollas. The Indian Corolla that we get here is here too. So yeah, this good color on this one. Okay, so this, as I told you, this site has a bit higher price compared to marketplace because a lot of dealers come here, a lot of buyers who really want to sell their car and are genuine buyers come here to sell their cars. So this is a reason that this is a more reliable site to buy cars, but you have to negotiate a bit more here. You have to find a bit, like you have to haggle a bit. So that's what goes in here. So other brands that I want to show you is Kia, Hyundai, and Mazda. And we have Mercedes-Benz under 35, under 11,000, $12,000 too. Um, okay, let's go Mitsubishi as well. Subaru, I didn't mention, but Subaru is like a maybe brand. They are sometimes good, sometimes not so good. So let's do this. Okay. So again, low to high. There are a few bad ones for sure. So like carnivals are not even clicking in. That is a first time I've saw that car. I've never seen this car on road as well. That's a Mitsubishi IMIEV. So electric. It's an electric car that you can get for $6,000 with a 155-kilometer range. That's not that bad. Okay, then we come to Hyundai Gets, the cheapest Hyundai that you'll get here. Uh, to be honest, I've driven this car and it's a good driver. It can be driven, it can be taken to highways. Mitsubishi starting car you'll get is the Mirage. Even the new car here, the Mitsubishi Mirage is about $20,000. So that then the second one that you'll get is the Hyundai i30. Uh, Kia Rio is the Kia's starting range car. I have had friends who have had this as well. It's not that bad. This is actually a really good car, Mazda 3. I helped one of my friends to get this car, and she really loves it. It is in blue color, and that is a car that is super reliable, is fun to drive, and hers is the SP25 model. So it's the high, like it's one of the good engines that it has. Then we have the i30, i20 as well here, the Indian i20. We also get it in two-door, as you can see here. Then gets a lot of gets you'll see. Kia Cerato, my first love. This is the car that I had, and this comes in a coupe form. This is the coupe version of it. Funny. And then it comes in that then it also comes in a hatchback form, which I had, and then it comes in a sedan form as well. So it's a pretty good car, the Kia Cerato, coming from my personal experience. I20 gets so I had opened up I'm not opening up a lot of these listings, but the Mazda 2 is Mazda's starting range car. So on an average, you can get this car for $4,000, 5,000. But it's a good car. One of my friends had it, and it's like for the price for $4,000, 5,000, it's not bad. But again, the transmission on this is a four-speed, so that is something to look for. I30 is again good. One of my friends again has it. This is a good car, like decent to drive. The interior is not that great, but it's not that bad as well. It does the job pretty well for the price. It's a four-cylinder, 2-liter petrol. So yeah, if you want a family car, so we are seeing a lot of Kia Carnivals, the old ones here. So maybe that might be the option. It has a six-cylinder, 3.5-liter petrol engine. So then if you want a cheap SUV, then iX35, you'll get a lot of these as well. Uh, Mitsubishi's Lancers. Oh yes, Lancers. If you want something that looks sporty, is nice. The interior is not that great. I helped one of my friends to buy a Lancer, and he's loving it. He put in a music system in there as well, and didn't have issues. So he has been driving it. We bought it for the market was high at that time. We got it for somewhere about $8,000.
but it's a reliable car, a good looking, reliable car. Ceratos again, Cerato, or you don't go wrong with that. iX30 is nice. Uh, See, this is the range of cars that you'll get. Uh, yeah, Mazda, you'll get cheap CX-7s. A lot of cheap CX-7s. Stay away from them. They have a lot of electrical troubles. So there's a whole range of things that I can tell you about these cars. But what to look for in a car when you're driving it? So I think the first thing that somebody wants needs to look at is obviously take it on a good spin. Um, if it's a automatic car or a manual car, transmission is first thing that you need to look at. Uh, then brakes and things is important, but it's not something that is really hard on the pocket. So obviously brakes should be good, but it's a negotiating point. A lot of times the brake pads need to be done, and you can, if you feel that it is a bit spongy, it's not stopping well, then that's a negotiation point, but it is easy to replace. Suspension rattles is one thing that you need to look at while driving a car. If it's too bouncy, if it is making weird noises from the chassis or something, that's something that you need to look at. Then engine noise as well. Like if you hear like a thumping noise or something, then obviously there might be engine issues, but it's really rare to see that. And if they are there, then the car might not even drive. Apart from that, engine mounts is something another thing that you need to look at, like how if the car is too shaky, it might need new engine mounts. How's the smoke? If the smoke is really black, then there might be something wrong with the engine again. Uh, Apart from that, I just look at all the electricals, all the power window switches, the music system, if it's working or not, turn signals and everything. That's just the basics, but it's important to look at those as well because you can easily judge if there's an electrical issue. The other thing that you can do with these cars is that you can, if you know a mechanic or if there's a mechanic nearby, you can take it to a mechanic and they generally do a small checkup of the car, and that really helps. That really helps to assure you that that is a good car. So these small things can be looked at, and there are a lot of good cars in the market which you can get for under $10,000 easily. And the cars that I've shown you or the brands which I've told, generally all their cars are good cars, and you can easily get cars under 7,000, 7,000, 8,000 is a good range uh, to look into for your starting car. You can go cheaper, but as I told you, as I showed you, the cheaper you get, the shittier brand you get, there would be car troubles. The car won't be reliable, and with Australian highways, with the kind of driving that we have in Australia, it is really, really important to get a reliable car. So I would recommend if you're looking for cars under 5,000, just stretch a little bit more and go to about six, and you can get something. Even for five, you can get, but you'll have to compromise on the car years. So I can show you cars with of these brands of Toyotas as well, but they would be 2007, 2006, under $5,000. So again, you're getting into a 20-year-old car. Uh, Although these are mass-produced cars, the parts won't be a big problem, but again, reliability might be a problem in the long run. So it's better to just buy a car after 2010, in my opinion. Now I would say after 2012 because 12-year old car is quite old. But as you can see, the cars are well maintained even after these many years. You'll not even get to know that these cars are those old. So yeah, it's a whole new world out here. The first thing that you need to do is make an account on car sales or marketplace or Facebook and just keep on exploring. And if you have any questions, if you have anything, you can always come. You can always message me on my Instagram. You can you can put a comment in this video of the listing that you're getting, and I'll be really, really happy to help you out. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this kind of content, but I think it's something that I have never done before, or something that I really wanted somebody to do. That what would be a buying guide. for somebody who's looking for their first car in Australia. So that's why I made this video. And keep on watching, keep coming back, and see you next time.